Well, we're gonna be friends now because we're alive.
On system.debug.
That was a quick one. Oh boy. So we have a couple people waiting in the room. Hopefully now they can see us. They can see our wonderful faces.
I think you're only clicked on your wonderful face.
Huge. This huge. Am I only clicked on my face? Oh man.
Pretty sure.
Oh man. Ah, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Now we're only on your face. Can you see your face?
No, I can only see your face.
Ah, well, that's because you can only see my face anyway. Anyway, tonight I think we're talking about Scratch, huh? That's it. Just a head nod, not a emphatic yes.
You
You already
On
did it. You already did it.
system.debug.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Jared says, "Sick bump." Thanks, Jared.
No, yeah, so we are going to talk about Scratch. Scratch is going to be pretty exciting. RJ has actually taught Scratch, haven't you, previously, or at least walked people through it?
I have a couple kids. We used to have a little thing out here in Carrollton, Georgia, called UCode. Um, we tried to keep the age range between 7 and 17 because I think at 17 you kind of get a little bit bored with Scratch because it's somewhat limited. It's not completely limited. It's just a little bit limited, and the limitations are such that it's not as fast as someone who's 17 years old would probably want to go. But then again, maybe they're just finding it. And then the other end of the age range, 7, which is kind of where you start building those logical building blocks in your mind, and then you can express that inside of Scratch. So yeah, we did that for a little while, and unfortunately that program ended. I think we didn't have enough funding, but that's the way it goes. What's your experience with Scratch? Have you used it? Have you played with it with your family?
Uh, all of the above. I mean, Scratch was just originally fun just to discover sort of how you could build projects using like the GUI based programming languages. Um, but my daughters actually have to use it for school now. So I know my 10-year-old right now has a project where they have to utilize variables inside of Scratch in order to animate a countdown and then have a rocket ship blast off and stuff like that. So I get to help her with those projects, and it's definitely allowed for more fun exchanges of conversations, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because now she knows what you do for a living. You just put little Lego blocks together at work.
Well, right. If I'm helping her with a project like her last project, she was trying to figure out how to get something to kind of move back and forth. And I said, well, why don't you just wrap the whole thing in a loop? And she was like, oh, duh. But it was really weird saying that to a 10-year-old and her understanding me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, you just got to wrap that whole thing in a loop and just.
And she just it like clicked. You saw
Right, exactly. So it was super cool that way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. So, if we can just roll back a little bit here. So Scratch is a very simple, very easy to use programming language, I guess, or programming UI. I don't know necessarily if it's a language or the UI. I don't know what's behind the scenes actually. But you have little blocks that kind of fit together like Legos. You have loops. You've got variables. You got all kinds of stuff, and you can kind of click them together. Like that, and only certain ones fit inside of other ones. So it kind of gets you that logical connection that you would make with like as a programmer. You say, oh, if this, then that, and then inside of that, if this, you put a little piece of logic, and you say, do this little thing. And kids may or may not get that right off the bat, so that's why it's in little blocks, right? And you can only fit, like I said, certain blocks only fit inside of the loops and things like that. You're gonna assume it was Salesforce. Nate says Java's behind the scenes, which I could have.
Yeah, Salesforce by MIT, right?
Oh boy, is this the? Should we just do this bit the whole episode? Just I say one thing and you just say, "Oh, is that Salesforce?" And then This is another thing.
No, okay, we're gonna talk about Scratch from now on. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
No, I don't care. I'm just messing with you.
On system.debug.
Oh, are we gonna do your fake bump 1,000 times? Yeah. So that's the gist of it. It's free, so you can go out there if you have kids. If you just want to kind of see what uh, a kind of abstracted version of programming is like yourself. Maybe you're not a programmer at all. Maybe you've never touched this stuff. You can also go to the Scratch site and just play around with Scratch. It's a nice little UI.
Do you have any demos for us, RJ?
I don't, but we can
Hold on.
build one pretty quick.
I think we can get you a demo. Give me a second here.
What do you mean? You think you? Oh, are you gonna pull up one of your kids?
I'm gonna make one of my kids come show us a demo.
Oh, that's nice. You're gonna. Oh man, I just realized you're subjecting one of your children to live demo in their preteen life. This is not.
Oh, are you kidding me? This is what like Lily lives for.
Awful. Does she?
Oh, she's always been looking for a reason to come onto the show. Why not tonight? Does everybody want Lily to come onto the show and tell us about Scratch?
I believe so. Are you texting your kid? Nate wants to know.
There might be.
In the same house. Nate, he's texting his daughter in the same house to come live demo in her early years on a live podcast. Amazing.
Well, that's how life is nowadays. It's called being polite. You don't yell in your own household, right?
Yeah.
Or do you?
I mean, sometimes it depends on who's pissing me off. Arash says there's a tool like Scratch called Game Maker that he's used to make games. It's similar to Scratch with blocks, but more features. Or he thinks there's more features, at least. I'm assuming he hasn't had that much expertise, or he hasn't had that much exposure to Scratch. Megan says that she yells, and Nate yells.
Arash was over here the other night.
Was he?
And yeah,
he watched you text your kids to come down for dinner and stuff.
No, he saw Lily doing Scratch on the floor.
I'm confused already.
Like, cause she was doing her homework on the floor on the. Sorry, none of that worked. Anyway, yeah, she was doing her homework on the floor, and then she
What? Oh man, this is going off the rails already. I love it.
Should I just go get her?
If you want to, I will do a small demo if I can screen share. Let's figure out my life over here. So, this is what Scratch looks like. And you've got motion, you've got looks. I think they changed this up a little bit. Sound, events, control, and you can see how there are little loops and ifs, right? So you just grab it and you drag it over here. If something, then you throw variables in there. And you can click this up here, set my variable to 10, and then you have your variable. So see, it's a little bit harder than, well, not harder. It's a little bit weirder than normal. And let's just do, let's do move 10 steps from in there. And then where are the, how do you do it? I always forget it. No, nope.
So you can't embed anything in there once it's been open, or once it's like inserted into the project.
What do you mean? No, you can. I'm just trying to remember which one is which. Oh yeah, you gotta do this. Yeah. There we go. Boop. And that'll throw it in there. And then you can throw my variable in there. Let's do that. And let's set this here to 0. And then you can do change. So move 10, change my variable by 1, right? So now this is going to do, it's going to set your variable to 0. It's going to say if, oh man, I picked the wrong one. Operators. Less than. Whoops. Nope, throw it out there. Get out of there. See, look at the hard time I'm having with this. Also, my eyes don't really work all that well. Loop. Oh, come on. Other one. So if my variable is less than 10, move 10 steps, and this guy should move right here. I don't know which way he's going to move, though. And where's the run button now? Is that it? Where's the run button? I forget how to use all this. So yeah, this is how live demos go for me, typically. How about you? Oh my goodness. Look at all the junk I did there. Yeah. So anyway, I'm probably doing something stupid, but this is the gist of it. And you can go around and you can just kind of throw things in here, go to random position. You can make other loops as well.
So I brought like a real Scratch developer here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we need. Hold on, let me get off this. All right.
All right. So you remember all your login stuff here? Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna have her log in, and then we'll go ahead and we'll share our screen so she can show and tell everybody about one of her projects.
She's super pumped. Look at her go. Share your screen, BJ.
We're going to, but I mean, like, you know, this is sensitive information. Logging in.
Oh, you're logging in. Okay. I thought you were just hiding your Scratch program. What's up?
All right, so I'm going to hand this over to
the pro.
The pro.
The pro.
Hello.
All right, pro. Show us how to do it. Show us how to get things done.
Okay, so we do this in school, and we have like projects that our mean teacher makes us learn. So, okay, so I'm gonna show I'm gonna show you my recent one right now. It's making a rocket blast it off, which I'm working on. So, there's a little variable timer right here, and it counts off from 10, and then I need to make it like go 3, 2, 1, like big on the screen. I just found out I don't know. So, and then it's gonna make that sound and turn around, and then it's gonna blast off once I.
Nice.
And then the code is, where's the bar? Okay, here it is. Okay. The code is this. This is what does. My dad did this. This is what makes the counter go off, and then this is what makes it turn around and do some other stuff. So, if I went to my stuff, this is one I did for fun. It's a song. Like I made it play a good song.
Nice. So how does that work? How do you play a song on here?
I don't know, it's a weird song, and then I just have like, it's so simple, so simple.
So switch costume too. That's an odd.
Yeah.
Odd thing. Hey, if it works, it works, right?
Yep. Next year we're actually gonna have to write code with it, like Python.
Can you do that?
Not yet, but we can do that next year.
Well, I'm saying is that I don't even know if that's possible. I trust you though.
Not on here. The different website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is just preparing us for it, I guess.
I thought there might be something behind the scenes that I have not ever found.
Yeah. So, yeah, you choose the blocks you want. So if I wanted, say, I don't know, I'll move 10 steps, and I would make a new character, an apple, sure. Why not? And then I could do, for my apple, it could do when the bar clicked, my apple could say hello for 2 seconds, like it's doing right now, and then play a sound. Chomp, I guess. Sure. Yeah. And then, I don't know, move a certain number of steps. We'll do 700. 777. Okay.
Whoa.
We're just going to do that. And then, yeah.
That's a large number.
Oh, okay. It's still playing the music. I did not know it was going to do that. Okay. So, actually, okay. And then we're going to do, like, if on edge. If. Where's my if statement?
It is in the control, the orange one.
It's in the blue.
Oh, it's got its own thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's got its own little. I gotcha. Oh,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Now it goes upside down, so I'm doing something wrong. But whatever.
Whoa.
Yeah. And
That's
then
pretty wild.
And if say I wanted to make the apple pink, I can do that.
What?
I'd be like, yeah.
Just fill it in. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Look at that.
And then gotta get that white spot gone. We don't like that.
We don't like it at all. Yeah, we don't want a shiny apple.
And then we can get rid of the apple.
Man, that's the way to do it. Yeah.
And then draw your own apple.
This is pretty much what I do at work all day, every day.
Wow.
I like it. Yeah, this is pretty much it.
This is your job?
Yeah, I mean, in a way.
I'm like, don't you have a program to be building?
Yeah, this is what your dad does too, though. Just with Salesforce, though.
Yeah, I know.
So what else can we do with Scratch? Like, what other kinds of things can we code up with this thing? Like,
so if I went to my stuff, we do a bunch of other different types of projects. Like this one, we had to make a bunch of animals move around.
Okay. So you have to control more than one thing then.
Yeah, 5. Like this one's changing, like the little jellyfish is changing colors. The puffer fish is going up and down. The shark's trying to eat everyone. And then the crab's just there.
Wow.
He gave me a 70 for this.
It's pretty wild, I'll tell you that much. So what do we got in here? What's going on?
So each of them have a pretty simple script. Like this one. Like I just have to. It'll go to a certain point and then go backwards, and then a forever loop. I have to do front edge bounce, move a certain number of steps, 500 in this case, glide, and it's gonna glide back to the original location. I think.
Glide. Okay.
And then the pufferfish, it has a super duper simple loop. It's literally gonna go big, and it's gonna wait a second, and then go back to the smaller size.
Okay.
On the jellyfish, it just is switching costumes, simple. And then the fish says a super duper long thing, and it switches costumes, and then does another one, and then just doesn't do anything. So I just got rid of that. And then my shark, it just switches costumes, waits up 0.09 seconds, moves, and bounces.
I like that we're refactoring already here. I like that we've gotten into the realm of refactoring, just in this quick thing.
Yeah,
what else do we got in here? Show me some more stuff.
This one is supposed to be a banana, I guess. The bananas are supposed to fall, but it doesn't because I messed it up horribly.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Can you look at it and tell me what you messed up?
Yeah, probably actually because I was following like. They give you tutorials on here. Yeah. So if you want to, like, you can go to tutorials, and the one I was doing was where did it go? I don't know. It's not. I think it's like animated game or something, but I can't remember. And then the bananas are supposed to be falling, and then whenever the bowl does whatever it's supposed, I think it's the wrong. I think what I did is I think I added too many bananas and they have the wrong script because like they're not saying the right thing. Some of them say bowl, some of them say banana stuff. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let my dad get back on. He's like, wrap it up.
Awesome. Hey, This was good. This was good. I liked it. I liked
Thank
it. We did some debugging. We did some refactoring. It was a good session.
Yep. Well, bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Lily.
Rock
right.
and roll, dude. That was very rock and roll.
Well, she does a lot of stuff in here, which I think is really crazy. And it's just like I said, now that you've kind of talked to her and she's like sitting here, going, where's my if statement? And that's like the stuff that's like weird to me is having that conversation with my kid.
Yeah.
Like her,
go ahead.
or just her learning the correct terminology and understanding its purpose.
Yeah, I learned a lot from that. Now I know how to do all the things in here.
Make things big and small.
Hey, man.
Flashy. Change costumes.
There's a lot to it.
No, there's a ton to it, and you do actually have even more control than they're really working with. And they'd have the ability to dig deeper if they wanted to. So, for instance, like with her rocket ship project here, you can actually detect key presses and things like that. So, as a designer, if you wanted to get in and make it into more of a game after the rocket ship countdown, and it goes up, you could actually make the rocket ship go back and forth and dodge, Salesforce and stuff.
Dodge Salesforce and stuff? What?
I don't know. Clouds. Asteroids.
Amazing.
Really tiny field mice.
Really tiny field mice.
Yeah. Really tiny field mice.
Really?
Anyway, I just realized that I'm still sharing my screen, so I'm going to stop that. Bring this out. We're going to... Says the camera is on.
Cameras are on. Cameras are on, everyone. So, what kind of things did you learn from scratch tonight already?
That my daughter knows more about it than either of us do. Put together.
That's very true. I made a guy go across the screen finally. He just goes to a random position. It's kind of cute. He's just like, Arr.
I also know Nate is hanging out with scratchers.
Yeah. His friend is next to him, scratching out a scratcher as they learn about Scratch.
Oh, nice. Wonder if they got anywhere.
Maybe they want a mill on that scratcher. So the idea behind this is that it should be abstracted enough that a kid can learn it, which I think we just successfully proved that a kid can learn it even better than we can. Number one, and then number two, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to make the learning of the logic and learning how to build the loops and add the variables and the operators and use that, like those little sensing things for the side and all that good stuff. It's supposed to make it fun for a kid. So I know that I've seen Spencer actually go here to play other people's games. I think this is where he went on scratch.mit.edu. And he's also gone on several other sites where they kind of encourage kids and pretty much everyone to make games. I think one is itch.io. Let me just double check myself there. Yeah, itch.io. I don't know that this is necessarily geared towards kids, but I know it's geared towards online web-based games and stuff like that. And then they can go and share these, right, with their friends. It's just absolute silence from you. Oh, your mic's dead, isn't it? Yeah, you're saying words and your mic is dead.
No, I just was saying Baldi's Basics Field Trip.
Oh, dude, don't get into that game. Spencer
Added Cloudy Copter.
Dude, Spencer plays that game all the time. Baldi's Basics.
What about Maths with Baldi?
He doesn't play that one, but you have to do weird math in the game, and it's not like it's like
Dragon Ball Extinction.
Huh? Dragon Ball Extinction?
Yeah, by Dragon Guy 101.
Nope.
There's a lot of Baldis. I'm really beginning to feel that there's like 20 developers on the site, and 80% of all of this stuff is for Baldi.
All of them are making... Why would there be so many people devoted just to making Baldi?
I don't know. Have you seen it?
Yes, Spencer plays it all the time.
No, but have you seen? Look at it right now. I mean, I just typed in itch.io in the search engine,
Yeah.
and I just get
Baldi's
Baldi.
Basics was the one that he started playing first, and I don't know if that was the original or how it goes. It's basically a 3D game where you run around and you've got to like avoid the principal, I think, and you've got to avoid this girl with a jump rope, which I don't know her name, but
And this is built out in Scratch?
no, these aren't Scratch. Sorry, I was not trying to say that. I was trying to say that people make these games.
I'm in Scratch right now.
Wait, there's a ball. Hold up. Now I gotta go.
They're like all over it.
Oh, I thought you went to itch.
No, I went to Scratch, and then I typed in the search engine in Scratch, I typed in itch.io, and then it just started showing up Baldi's everything's all over the place.
No, itch.io.
By I Eat Beans Boy.
Oh my goodness. Do I have to teach you how to computer in this episode of System.debug?
I'm just trying to figure out the internet. This is great.
Oh my goodness.
Can you hear this?
Yes, dude. I've heard the game 1,000 times. Spencer plays it all the time. Well, not all the time anymore. Now he plays Breath of the Wild. Anyway, the point is that let's get back on topic here.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
we need to play more of that game in real life.
Nope, no, we don't. No, we don't. You can play that off the air. Anyway,
I might.
Rolling way back to the point. Coming back around. The point is that on Scratch, sites like Scratch and Itch, you can get people in there. You can get kids in there going and starting to build their own stuff, and you can really get them learning how to build it or how to program or the basics of programming by just letting them go nuts inside of there. And that's how you get games like Baldi's Basics. For somebody,
we should make a Scratch game on spinning up a Scratch org.
You can if you want to. I mean, that
would be like really fun. And then you'd see people playing it, and then you'd laugh even harder because you'd think, why not just go make a Scratch org?
That's what Nate's talking about right now. He said, no call outs from Scratch. My dream of making a Scratch org from scratch are crushed.
Oh, that's what he means.
Yeah.
I was just going off of it. But yeah, no call outs from Scratch. Interesting.
But you can make a Scratch org from scratch if you want to.
But can you make an autonomous Scratch game player?
I have no clue. That's way beyond me right now. I'm barely at the level.
I want to make a game, and then Arash is gonna automate it. It's gonna be great. All right, that looks like our time. 8 o'clock rolls around really quickly. How that 30 minutes
bad
drags. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being on the episode this evening.
Ouch.
RJ, can you close us out?
Yes. So if you want to learn more about Scratch, go to scratch.mit.edu. There's a whole getting started. There's a million tutorials on there, as Lily showed us. If you want to chat with BJ, who's doing something crazy with his webcam on any social media, he is at USBrian28 on Twitter. That's probably where you can get to him the easiest, or you can call him on the phone. I'm not going to give out his phone number though. At Life with Ryan if you want to get in touch with Ryan. At Megan SF if you want to get in touch with Megan. At the Infamous RJ if you want to get in touch with me. And there's probably an at Scratch if you want to tweet at them. At System.debug if you want to get to kind of all of us at the same time. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming and watching us totally flop on Scratch, and then watch Lily come through in a crisis for us. We'll see you next week on System.debug.